Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with We. Very excited today to have Debbie Conyers from ECIA. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
I am good, and we have Blake with us, our intern from Women in Electronics. Hi, Blake.
Hi, happy to be here. Very excited to be talking to you both.
All right. Well, we're excited you're here. Debbie, I'm excited you're here too because
Thanks.
we have been having a conversation, and it's just an exciting time in our industry because we're actually making progress. Our industry's collaborating on things. We're trying to update a potential presentation we've all been talking about for maybe college recruitment. We're looking at industry resources for young people coming in to make things more clear and easy and simplified. So it's just a fun time right now to know we're all coming together to pave the way for the next generation. So Debbie, I will turn it over to you, but I think you said the title of this session could be Introducing the Industry to the Next Generation. I love that. So with that, I'll turn it over to you.
That was my brainstorm for the day. I'm done. No, thanks, Jackie, for having me. And Blake, it's great to meet you too. I think ECIA as an industry organization has been grappling with this for years. I've been around for way too many years. And so we've been amassing information on our website for ECIA members, but also a lot of it is available to the general public or just industry personnel. Things like resources to explain the industry, resources that, we've pulled white papers to talk about the industry and best recruiting practices, things like that. So that's all available on the ECIAnow.org website.
Well, that is really great. And Blake, let's get your perspective a little bit. You're very brand new to the industry as you came into Women in Electronics as an intern. So let's get a little bit of your feedback on what this looks like for you.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's been very exciting and to really look at an industry that I didn't know much about. When I think tech industry, I think, Apple or Google or just the big operation projects like that when there's so much more to it, like the base product, the semiconductor industry and all those different parts. But it's been very interesting and also very interesting within women electronics to see, a subcategory of that, empowering women within an industry that can be male dominated in many areas, corporately or even in lower levels, and watch you guys step in and reach and have such a far reach to companies all over the United States and further. And so it's been an amazing opportunity to really learn from a different perspective as a male, into a newer industry for me. It has been very enriching to see a lot of strong women in leadership positions that I personally can learn a lot from. And it's the same for all the women that you are reaching and men in high positions you are talking to. You are really teaching and setting or paving the path for so much opportunity and flourishment of the next generation. So it's been great.
Oh, thank you, Blake. We're so glad you're utilizing the resources. And Debbie, I know for you, like you've been a part of Women Electronics and you work for ECIA, and it's always been to help the next generation. So maybe you can actually talk about some of the things that ECIA has done. So I think there's that first robotics. Maybe you can talk about that.
Right. A number of years ago, we became aligned with First Robotics, which the whole organization of First wants to introduce young kids to the benefits of a career in STEM and promote STEM careers throughout. And now they go down to the elementary school level with the Lego League up to the one that we support, which is First Robotics, the high school kids. Mm-hmm. So we've worked very hard. We support them in a number of ways. We solicit donations to their kit of parts So our companies, our member companies, I ask them for donations, specific parts that FIRST needs. And then the other thing is just supporting our companies if they've got internships, if they're looking for FIRST alumni. I mean, here's a group of very intelligent, tech-minded, early college age students that are interested in doing internships in our field. So ECIA members can go to our website and post an internship that only goes to FIRST alumni. So that's a huge benefit of working with an organization like FIRST, which has almost 4,000 teams across the globe that compete annually for the championship.
Well, I think it's really important. So right now, all of us are focused in different areas. Primarily ECIA is serving our industry, right, and the professionals that work in our industry and trying through these programs to reach down to some younger generations. So when they're ready, they'll think of us in our industry. Women in Electronics is really focused on gender parity and paving the way for leadership. And really, I think all these extra programs, like Blake has come in as an intern, the more we can outreach and go make those steps towards reaching down and pulling people back up, because most people will miss the opportunity if we don't reach out now. They'll miss this opportunity to get in this industry at this time. So if we think about it, we have like 70% leadership turnover coming up in the next 5 to 10 years. It's crazy. Yes. So Blake, for yourself, what a great time
I know.
to be getting exposed to an industry that normally you wouldn't even have thought of, but you probably can have a great career. So
yeah.
I think the great thing about the industry is that you can work in your own backyard if you want. There's companies of all sizes, or you can travel the world if you want. Everything in between, right? That we have global companies. So if there's somebody that really wants to travel the world, that's an option. Or if you want to stay in your hometown of, wherever and stay on Main Street in any town, USA, there is a job for you. And, how exciting.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like how exciting that is, because like you said, it wasn't an industry I was necessarily looking at directly. I've always thought of it, but really being immersed into it, it really shows, in a technologically growing society in all areas of our lives, plus the things that you are trying to portray and teach and uplift. Like there's so many positives coming out of that, and that's all I could ever ask for,
Well, we're happy to have your involvement. What's that, Debbie?
I was going to say another point about a career in this industry is you might think you have to be technology minded, but our industry covers everything from accountants to marketing to sales. It covers the gamut. So those are options, especially in larger companies, that you might not think of right away. Like, oh, I have a marketing degree. What can I do with that? Well, we have to market the products that our manufacturers produce, and you've got to tap into those very, normal marketing skills that are pretty universal, but just doing it into a very different organization and industry and the way that our tech industry thinks about those things. So
I think it's such a good point, Debbie. We are in an industry that we have so much need. Like you were saying earlier, you had a friend or somebody in marketing. It's like, yes, we need marketing people. We need, people who are psychology degrees. They can get into a lot of sales and leadership type of positions. We need people who are people, orientated, that actually can help coordinate with the customer. There's so many exciting, I think the thing about our industry that excites me is, even Debbie, we were talking earlier about the end user product. And I think that's what people think of when they think of the tech industry, is what we're doing is, the Sonys of the world and the Intels and all these, you think of Tesla and all that. We get to be a part of these exciting end user products. Like, who would not want to do that? And electronics are not going away. We're global, we're getting bigger, electronics are more and more entrenched in our lives. So the more youth we can pull in to help us go into this next level is going to be critical.
It's going to be very exciting.
So anyway, yes, and I know I'm like, oh my gosh, we're already at our time limit. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
You know me, I would encourage everyone to go to ecianow.org and check out our resources.
All right, and I will encourage everybody to go to womenenelectronics.com as well. What we will be doing as we move forward is we're collaborating on industry resources. So we will link to ECIA, certain critical pieces of information, also ERA, which is another industry association. We're going to start collaborating more. The goal is just to simplify things and make it as easy as possible for that next generation. So Blake, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our organization, the first male in Women in Electronics.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Yes, looking forward to many more coming in. So thanks to everybody for being here today.